WRC Fox 6 News Good Day Alabama Extra.
Welcome into Extra on this Memorial Day. You're taking a live look at the Alabama National Cemetery. That flyover there.
Oh man,
that is beautiful.
That's going on live.
Live, yes, the 15th annual Memorial Day ceremony. It's getting underway right now. Well, good morning, everyone. It is Good Day Extra, and we have a special hour for you this morning to honor our fallen heroes. We're joined live there. You can see Sheldon, Janice, and Mike. They're live for this special ceremony there at the Alabama National Cemetery. Good morning, guys. What a beautiful flyover.
The Patriot Flyers with that flyover there, things just getting underway here at the Alabama National Cemetery. It's their annual Memorial Day ceremony, and it's emotional, it's beautiful, and it's very important for this to take place every year.
We're honored to be on these hallowed grounds here where all these heroes are buried, not just those who died in battle, but so many others. And but for this Memorial Day, obviously there are a lot of people who were impacted by this. Gold Star families. In fact, one of those Gold Star families is going to join us a little bit later.
Okay, I understand we're having some mic issues with yours, Mike, but he was talking about the Gold Star families, and we're going to be talking with them coming up. They have gone through so much, as you know, losing their child, their father, their loved one, and so you're going to hear from them. There are so many of them here today, and just on a personal note, my brother is buried right behind us, and I know I said I wasn't going to do this today, but he's a Marine and always will be a Marine, but he's on these hallowed grounds too. So it's a beautiful day to be out here.
Well, we talk about this being a day about the fallen heroes, but it's also a day about the families because they sacrifice so much. And sometimes we have a tendency to forget that, the people that were left behind and how it impacts them, how it impacts you, how it impacts families. And it's just when you talk about moms, dads, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, family members, it just means so much.
Well, you can see behind us here, Mike, and you can talk into my mic if we do it that way, all the flags that are on, and we're going to hear more about that coming up, but all those flags that people worked very hard this weekend.
Yeah, it's quite a sight, and if you've never been to a national cemetery, obviously it's very expansive, and you know, the volunteers who put some of these flags down here, this is just one section. There are several sections over here where so many of our heroes are buried, and as you mentioned, Jed, I mean, you don't even have to have some family member who's buried here. My father's buried at a national cemetery in another state. It really, you really feel it. If you care about America, you care about your freedom, it impacts you. And so the festivities are just getting underway. Just so you know, we're farthest enough away from what's going on so that we don't interrupt or cause a distraction to what's going on. But we have some families who've been impacted. One, a Gold Star family, who's going to join us a little bit later to talk about what they want us to know about their son.
They're kind of holding off on ceremonies getting underway because so many people were trying to make their way in here. So we'll come to that in just a moment. But Mickey Ferguson joining us now back in the studio. Mickey, the weather for today is just absolutely perfect.
It really is, and just kind of a carryover from a wonderful weekend that we had. It just feels great outside. We've got those low humidity levels. Our temperature readings are coming in the 60s. You can see 67 degrees looking out from Tower Cam today. The dew point, a nice dry 54 degrees with that northwest wind at 10 miles per hour. So yeah, buddy, it's feeling good all across our area. In the 60s in most locations. So we have mostly clear skies to get you going. You can see with all that sunshine we had, and we'll eventually probably see a few clouds rolling in as the day progresses, but still a dry forecast, low humidity levels, and our temperature readings today just warming up into the upper 70s by later on. Now we do have a warming trend for throughout the week, and we'll talk about our next best chance of rain so you can make some plans to be outside. That's a quick look at what's going on. Now all right, well, as far as our extended forecast is concerned, we do have a rain probably going into Thursday. So Thursday's our best rain chance, but warmer temperatures, we could be in the mid to upper 80s by the weekend. That's a quick look at what's going on. Let's head back over to Janice and Mike.
Thank you very much, Mickey. And again, we're just honoring this Memorial Day. We're live here on Good Day. Okay.
Here, use mine.
Janice, we are live here again. We're honoring Memorial Day and our heroes here out at the National Cemetery in Montevallo today for Good Day Extra. And, a lot of people may wonder, as a younger generation, what is Memorial Day all about?
Well, we have somebody who can tell us all about it. I want y'all to meet Nancy Waller. Nancy was 29 years in the Alabama National Guard. She's Secretary of Support Committee for the Alabama National Cemetery. Nancy, good morning. Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored to be here, and this is a great event. And I want to make sure that everyone knows what the Support Committee for the Alabama National Cemetery does for the cemetery. A lot of people think that the cemetery staff makes all this happen, and it's really not. Pam Nichols is the chairman of the support committee. I'm the secretary, and we have over 200 volunteers. They don't all serve, but they belong to the support committee. And it's just, these are the people that make it happen. We had people here at well before 7 o'clock. Now, one thing we did Saturday that Janice mentioned, you see the flags behind us. We had well over 1,000 volunteers here, some in the support committee, some just scouts. We saw older people, younger people. 1,000 people put these flags out. And there's a special hole puncher that you use that's exactly 1 foot from the headstone so that all the flags are identical.
So you don't just put them in the ground.
No, ma'am.
It's done a special way.
Yes.
Obviously, it's great that we had the younger people here doing that.
We like them.
And that, as Mike mentioned, what do you talk about the history of Memorial Day?
Okay. After the Civil War ended in 1868, the soldiers were putting flowers on the graves of their fallen comrades, and they named that day Decoration Day. Then in 1882, the name changed from Decoration Day to Memorial Day, which we're familiar with today. In 1950, this is a huge event, 1,200, the Thursday before Memorial Day, 1,200 members of the 12th Infantry placed small American flags, just like I explained a minute ago, on 260,000 gravestones at Arlington National Cemetery, and that started the tradition that's been going since that at all national cemeteries. And then in 1971, President Richard Nixon declared Memorial Day a federal holiday, and it would be held always on the last Monday of the month of May, which is today.
Yeah.
Can't imagine us not having this day now, can you?
No, I can't. And I know a lot of people sometimes will get it confused with Veterans Day, which is and Armed Forces Day. Look, that's when we're thanking our service members, no doubt about it. But this is a little bit different. This is a somber moment. These are hallowed grounds for a reason.
Yes, and what Mike was just saying, there are 3 distinct days that we honor those. We have Armed Forces Day, which is for soldiers, airmen, coasties that are currently serving, and then Veterans Day. Those are people who have served and are no longer serving, like myself. And then today we've got Memorial Day, where we honor our fallen comrades, of which on this cemetery are over 10,000. And by the time we do Wreaths Across America in December, we are, if we're not at 11,000, I'll be surprised.
And Wreaths Across America is just so
Oh,
beautiful.
my goodness.
It is very emotional. Nancy Waller, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me today. Appreciate all of you.
All right, we're going to come back in a little bit. We'll have more of the ceremony here at the National Cemetery, as well as talk to some families. But right now, we're going to send it back to the studios there at WBRC.
All right, thanks, guys. Certainly a powerful ceremony out there, and we'll have continued coverage of that throughout this hour. But coming up next, your local and national headlines still to come.
New information on a commercial fire in Birmingham, what it took for crews to put out a fire at Family Leisure.
And new this morning, a bear rescue after it got itself trapped inside of a vehicle, how deputies executed a strategic plan to keep everyone safe.